This is the World Championship of Ping Pong. Alexandra Palace in London once again the venue. 64 players into the group stages, only half of them emerged. Those 32 are into the knockout phase of this competition. London is once again the host city, and in the World Championship of Ping Pong, we're well and truly into the knockout phase of the competition. Here's what's happened so far.
Backhand side spin. What a great hit to finish with. Game and match to Zhong Li of China. And that's it. Ran away in the end. Wai Shui.
2-0.
And that's enough for Chris Doran. He's done his day's work. He's through the first round, into the last 16.
4 matches down on the main table, 5 still to go and plenty to look forward to, including 2-time champion Andrew Baggaley, last year's finalist Alexander Flemming and the very popular Gavin Rumgay. On table 2, we've seen Yan Wei Hao, Lubomir Piste, Thomas Sadalek, Hu Jun Chao and Christoph Zakar all progressed through to the last 16. 2 outstanding issues here, Zhu and Chen to clash along with Richard Gonzalez and Matt Ware. All 4 men chasing a place in the last 16 of the World Championship of Ping Pong. The format for the knockout stage is based on each match being the best of 3 sets, each set the first to 15. We also have a double point ball, 1 per player per match. Only the final is extended to the best of 5 sets with 2 double point balls available. Time then to catch up with 2-time champion Andrew Baggaley, who faces Adam Bratt. Baggaley has taken the opening set, only to then lose the second. This is now the 3rd and deciding set. Commentary from Colin Wilson and Tony West.
1 love.
Yeah, it's interesting there. Andrew switched the forehand a bit earlier in the rally. It could just be coincidence. But I think then Adam had to move back across to play the backhand, and then he missed it.
1 on.
So I think, you know, playing the shot on the move is always more difficult.
Indeed, Tone. And Adam, nice forehand down the line.
1-2.
But not hard enough to stop Andrew. You can see Andrew is very, very good if he can play an attacking shot. He's not always retrieving. He does play his attacking shots, and maybe not as hard as Adam's, but they do get Adam away from the table.
3-1.
Make him struggle and run. Big encouragement from Steve. He likes that. Into the crossover again.
Yeah, you see Adam played 2 backhands onto balls that fell slightly on the forehand side of the table. So, yeah, he's after playing as many backhands as he can. That's good from Andrew. Again, punching wide to the forehand of Bratt.
Yeah. Adam Bratt kicks the ball away. A little bit of frustration. Buy him a few moments of time, but can't afford to come back to the table with anything other than positivity.
2-4.
So 6 points gone. Baggaley's taken 4 of them. Time to towel down after 6 points. Adam Bratt, quick towel down, he's back at the table, and it's Baggaley that wants to take his time, even though he's in the lead. Adam's keen to get on with it. Forehand serve from the backhand side. Went for the forehand down the line, overhit.
Good positive return from Andrew. He has struggled a little bit with that serve. He's sort of lifted it mid-court, and that time he was much more aggressive with the return. Good stuff.
And that's Steve, Andrew's big brother. Always with him, always supporting, travels everywhere with him, coaches him all the time, supported him for a fantastic career. Andrew now 34 years of age. What a great support this man's been for Andrew through the last 20, 25 years. Fantastic. And he coaches in Milton Keynes and surrounds.
5-4.
Great coach, very popular as well. But here, Steve is doing what he does for a living, and it looks like he's injected the right kind of thing into Andrew's game. Have to say, though, look at that from Adam, and there's the drop shot. He got it back. That's too much for him. Yeah,
5-all.
that's from Adam. That was so classy. Nice flowing backhand, and that forehand down the line put him in front. Incredible that Andrew got all of those back. But too strong from Andrew in the end. Fantastic rally from Adam Brett.
Did phenomenally well with that forehand there, showing that actually it's not a weak side.
5-6.
Not at all. But does Adam know that he's having to kind of rev to the red line all the time? But Baggaley's just a little bit within himself. Do you think that would be a fair assessment of the stress of the game?
Well, I'm not so sure. I think Andrew's under real pressure here, Colin. And as we go to the next towel break, he's finding it hard to put Adam under pressure. Adam's swinging, and he's always just getting it back, I think he feels. Finding it hard to dominate Adam at all.
Yeah, and Adam has found that consistency with the power that in the first we were saying that he needed when he was losing them in the first game. Lost the first 15-12.
7-6. Swap the sides.
Now, that's not the body language that Adam needs at this stage. You look at the contrast between the two of them at 6-all in the final game.
Yeah, it was good tactic, good serve into the forehand of Bratt, who had to lift it, and then Andrew then took that next forehand early, powered it into Adam's forehand.
That's right, Tony. Oh, and he tried to play it short and wide, just off the side of the table. An absolute fraction, and that's winning and losing. Half a centimetre can make the difference.
He was unlucky, wasn't he? Just flicked the net as well.
Net serve.
Yep. So Adam now at 6-8 down. He can't afford to do any wasted shots here. You can't go 6-9, 6-10 against Baggaley and then have to regroup and then work the next few points as you're struggling to make a transition. Change of ball?
Yeah, they hit these balls so hard. Yep, broken ball, I think.
Yeah, so occasionally you get a broken ball, no big deal. They just check the new one's good and then settle down. Have to say Adam does tend to settle back down after a bit of a disappointment or frustration. And there he goes again.
7-8.
The power and the consistency. 1 point in it. I still feel that Baggaley just plays with a slightly higher margin for error. And that makes Baggaley favourite at this stage. That shot, for example.
9-7.
That's not a high-risk shot from Baggaley, but it tends to be from Adam.
Yeah, he's also still got his double point left to play, which is quite an advantage at this time.
Ah, good spot. I hadn't thought about that one for a while. This would be a good time to take it, wouldn't it?
Either this or the next one, although he might be looking to be closer to the finishing line, maybe.
Yeah, although he might not get there without it.
10-7.
So, very pleased with that 3-point gap. So, from point for point, pretty much through this third and final game, Baggaley's got 3-point lead and a double pointer to come. Delighted, looks at his brother. Might be looking at him in thanks for the tactics.
7-11.
And there's 4 points now. Can Adam hold on? He needs 2 points to 1 for the rest of the match.
Yeah, he's definitely switched to playing more to forehand than the last game. It's very, very noticeable.
Glad they listened to in the end, Tone. There he goes again, out to Adam's forehand and then into the backhand. Adam's disgusted that Andrew's hit the top of the net again. Little apology from Andrew, but he won't dwell on that one. His job's to win the next point. That's popped up. Oh, and Adam, that was an easier ball. I would have gone across court with that one because it was just a straight winner either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Went down the short side, as it were, and overhit it.
Baggaley's done what he's done to so many players so often over a period of time. He's got himself into a match point position. Was it 6-all and 14-7? That testament to his mental strength.
Second half of this game hasn't missed a ball. Fantastic.
15-7.
And there we go. Andrew Baggaley makes it through to the last 16 of this championship. Absolutely masterful finish from Andrew. No errors in the second half of the game.
Welcome back to London for the World Ping Pong Championships. It's the knockout phase of the competition, and we've just seen Andrew Baggaley win through after 3 closely fought sets with Adam Brad. Baggaley joins Zhong, Zhui, Wang and Doran in the next round. Still 4 more matches to go on this table, including last year's finalist Alexander Flemming, who plays Spain's Javier Benito. But coming up now, the clash between Germany's Evgeny Milchin and Filip Szymanski from Poland. Szymanski's taken the opening set. This is now the second. Commentary for this match from Tony West and Colin Wilson.
2-all.
Unforced error from Filip. That's not what the plan is. He has to be so consistent. He's not hitting the ball hard, so... Oh, and he's popped that one up in the air a little bit. Evgeny refused the hit. Wide to the forehand, into the crossover, got the ball up.
3-2.
So, a couple of little errors from Filip. Is that concentration, Tony?
Well, could be. I still feel that, you know, some of those returns are quite high. And Milchin's got to put him under a little bit more pressure, because as this game goes on, Filip will miss less and less.
Okay, so you're perfectly happy even in a situation that Filip will recover his game and be able to keep the ball down and soak everything up.
Yeah, I think if Milchin doesn't vary it more, Szymanski will miss less and less.
Come around to it, yeah. So this is temporary. This lead for Milchin. Well, let's see. Look at the footwork from both players, really exact, getting into position. Beautiful stuff. Filip refusing the backhand attack. Other players would have smashed it, but they might have smashed it off. Filip's still there, content to keep the ball on the table, just low enough that he can't smash, but eventually gets it up, plays it down the line.
2-5.
The problem with that for Filip, it wasn't low, but more especially, it wasn't long.
Yeah. But look how many forehands Milchin had to hit here to win the point.
That's the shorter ball, and then Milchin actually got it in the end. It was the shorter ball that he was able to attack. So it can't be. Filip needs to keep the length on it, or it's okay if it's short or shorter, as long as it's very, very low, but slightly high and a little bit less length on the table, and that's when Evgeny will have the easier balls.
6-3.
Frustrated there, Evgeny Milchin, German champion ping pong.
4-6.
Just got the edge of the table there, Szymanski, so that helped him to close the gap a bit.
Yeah. And sometimes I swear that Filip's actually hitting it higher than he could to actually tempt you to go for the smash and miss just over half of them. He might come off and say, well, I'm keeping it as low as I can, but I think there's a little bit more cleverness to it.
And Szymanski wearing him down again. The errors are creeping into Milchin's game, having to hit so many shots.
That's a beautiful, beautiful shot from Evgeny. You see the way he got his body through the ball there. And hitting the ball almost sideways, wide of the backhand. Beautiful stuff. Going a little bit wide of the backhand, and in the end, so wide of the backhand that even Filip couldn't get to it.
7-all.
Now there, he didn't really get his body behind it. He played it with his hip forwards. Evgeny didn't have the weight behind the ball. Strange technique to have to use, and just that little compromise just took the ball just a few centimeters out from where he needed it. That's higher. Yeah, that's a good paced shot there from Evgeny. Not too much risk, but solid attack there.
Yeah, a little bit more weight on that one. I am surprised he hasn't tried more drop shots, because Philip doesn't really hit it if he gets it wrong.
8-all.
He did say, I know earlier, when talking to you, Colin, he was going to mix it up more, but he hasn't really done that.
No, that's true. I haven't seen many drop shots. That's a really good point, Tony. There it is, of course, now. They're obviously listening.
8-9.
But didn't get the point with it. But at least he's remembered that's part of the game. It's easy to get mesmerised when you're playing a defensive player like this. They kind of play you into a rhythm, and it's then hard to change that rhythm. That's a nice shot from Evgeny. Oh, unlucky.
10-8.
Yeah, he was in perfect position to put that away, and that backhand defensive shot from Szymanski just caught the net as it was on its way over.
That's beautiful play. We know what Minchin is capable of, and to see Philip just quieten him like this. Masterful strokes. I'd have hit that first one harder. That one again, that's there. That's there to be hit. Again, a little bit shorter. Philip's got to keep it a little bit longer on the table. Watch where it bounces when Philip
Double
places
Pong
back
ball
in.
from Mr. Szymanski.
So there, long again, a little bit shorter, and then he's in trouble. So Philip's got to keep the consistency of length, or if it is going to be shorter, that's okay, but it has to skim the net to do so. So, double point balls, the first one of the match. Got a long way into the match here without anyone being played. So, can Szymanski go 3 points away from victory with this double point ball? No change of tactics, no serve and smash from Szymanski to get a quick 2 points. Sticking to the knitting. Oh, and he definitely pulled that shot. He didn't look free on that shot at all, did he? See the tension.
Yeah, absolutely. So tough. He knew that point was also worth 2 if he missed. So that increased the tension in his arm.
And that's exactly how I felt when I played Philip. After a while, it's very, very hard to keep that freedom of mind and freedom of body. Just tense up a tiny bit and the shot falls apart. Nice and low from Philip there. Taking a little bit earlier, keeping it low. Down the line and missed it.
Double point ball from Mr.
Interesting tiny little variation there from Philip. Just to break it up a little bit, maybe. So, unsurprisingly, lost the first 15-5, 12-10 down in the second. You really have to get your double point ball working for you. But what this will do is get him back level pegging in this second game. So both players would be 3 points away from taking the second game. However, if he doesn't convert it, it's going to be 3 points down. Crucial point, this. Oh, he definitely tense. Definitely tense.
Yeah, he stopped his arm halfway through the shot there on that last forehand.
Yeah, wasn't a proper shot. So 13-10, back to the orange ball. 2 points away from a Szymanski last 16 place. So patient. That's higher. That's higher again. Oh, it's came back. And that's come back. And he can't get that one. Milkin played that last ball straight down what we call the crossover. You'll see him do it. There. No, it's not that one. That's right, he's got to play another couple wide of the backhand. And then there, right into the elbow of the player. Can't play a forehand, can't play a backhand. Moving sideways through the air. That's the perfect time to Milkin to get the ball out to Philip's body.
12-13.
Well, it's not over yet. 2 points from Evgeny, keeps him in it. Beautiful stuff. And again, more freedom, more power.
Yeah, just let go a bit more on those forehands. Just let the arm swing freely. Got a little bit more power.
Nice long return from Philip. And that's a beautiful ball from Evgeny. That set him up beautifully.
13-all.
Well played, Evgeny. That's not easy to come back from 13-10 down in this situation. But there, beautiful long ball from Philip. Kept Evgeny quiet, but then there and again. Wow, 13-all. Well.
14-13.
If Evgeny doesn't get his feet in just the perfect position, he's at risk.
Yeah, there's great depth on that last chop from Philip.
Absolutely. Yeah, Evgeny going for a risky shot there, not quite in position, but went pretty fast with that shot, and that gives Filip Szymanski of Poland match point. Oh, well saved.
14-all.
That's better. If he takes this could be an interesting third if he can play that way for the rest of it. But obviously, Szymanski still with a match point.
Philip really wants this. Oh my word, he's taken it. He's delighted. 15-14 is enough.
2-0 Szymanski.
2 games to love, the tightest of second games, thanks to his supporters, and a great win there for Filip Szymanski of Poland, through to the last 16.
Welcome back to the knockout stage of the 2018 World Ping Pong Championship. Our last 32 have been whittled down to 16. The latest name to go into the next round is Shen Jianyu, who won a tight match with Zhu Xiaosong. Earlier on, we saw Christoph Zakar record a 2-1 win against Dwayne Schwarzer. Just one match left on this table, Richard Gonzalez against Matt Ware. But coming up now, action from the main table and last year's beaten finalist Alexander Flemming against Spain's Javier Benito. It's the best of 3 sets. Commentary from Colin Wilson and Tony West.
I don't know if you know anything about Javier Benito, a 22-year-old, younger man. Yeah, actually, here we go with Flemming to serve.
I have played him in table tennis.
Oh, good man.
One love.
Tell me more.
Well, he's a bit younger than me. I'm not going to say how old I am.
You're old. You are now, man.
No, I think this will be a tough match for Benito. Flemming's quite stable. You know that you're going to get a battle from him. You know, he doesn't do anything too special, Flemming, but he's just solid. You know, he runs quite well, and he loves his forehand.
Yeah, Flemming does run a lot. That might be one of the things that's got in his way ultimately, is that Flemming is so physical and expends so much energy that he might get exhausted by the quarters and semis. Last year's finalist, of course, but didn't win it.
I think Flemming last year had a lot of 2-1 matches actually.
3-2.
Yep, and he definitely enjoys the battle.
He does. He loves it. He's the number 2 seed for the competition.
Two, 4.
So, a happy start for Flemming. Good enough to get him going. That's a beautiful forehand down the line. What a counter that was.
Great counter that was. It's almost like he knew it was coming there.
Yeah, he read that one. There. Good crack.
Wow.
So, another change of styles again.
Beautiful.
4-all.
Just like you said, Darius, Flemming on the run. Happy to do so. Got to that one. He's back for the next one. Couldn't control it.
I think in this kind of match, it looks like Flemming will win the back-to-back exchanges, but Benito looks a little bit better forehand-to-forehand side.
4-6.
Just seen he just made 2 mistakes on the backhand side.
Yeah. So, Alex seeded 2 and winner of Group B. Benitez came out of Group H, which was Chris Doran was the top seed in that group. So he's done very, very well to get out of his group, finish in the top 4, and you've got players like Hoang Jun Gang, Li Zhong, Bin Hai Chu. And the Uruguayan Gabriel
Strong
Moreira.
forehand. He's got a very strong
7-5.
forehand.
Yeah.
So when he's got a bit of time, his forehand is definitely a little bit stronger than Flemming's.
How long ago did you play this guy at table tennis?
Donkey's years.
A long time, eh?
Yeah. I remember just seeing him a lot in Spain when I used to compete in the Spanish league.
Right. Did you win?
Obviously.
The player's pride
8-5.
never goes away. Good man.
No, but he's to be
7-6.
fair to him, he's a lot younger than me. So I think he's probably about 3 or 4 years younger. So it's a little bit difficult to say that I'm definitely a lot
So at
better.
that time, he was still an
That's
improving,
Yeah, quite a young junior, I would say.
a
Yeah.
mature junior player. Yeah.
Wow, what a backhand straight.
Unbelievable.
7-all.
Alex ran around to play his forehand from the backhand side, and it got absolutely crunched wide of his forehand. Great rally. Backhand, and then so early. I wouldn't have expected someone to come out so strong against someone so accomplished as Alex Flemming.
Wow. Whoa, great backhand.
He loves the counter, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
definitely.
He doesn't care if Alex goes for it. He's very young, very fit, very fast eye, great explosive power, gets himself into position. And that is dangerous for Alex Flemming.
Wow, what a fast serve. Oh, it came off the edge of the bat, but I mean, he went for it. He
7-9.
really went for it. So actually, Benito's actually keeping Flemming a little bit on his toes. He doesn't know what's happening.
But
Just those little errors, Darius, make up for it.
Definitely so. I mean, he's won like 5 super points, and I think Alex is going to get a lot of cheap points. You know, he may win some expensive ones.
Yeah.
9-all.
You've seen Alex really revved up for it now. He knows that this guy can play. He's dangerous, so he's going to be fighting and crunching every single point.
Yeah, what you really don't want if you're Alex is a player like Benito to be a game ahead on you and then firing on all cylinders at the start of the second. You've got to keep him quiet somehow. Best way to do that is just to grovel up the
9-10.
first.
And as you can see there, you know, he's not quite consistent with it. You know, he's just lost now 2 or 3 quite easy points. And Alex is changing the kind of pace of it, playing it a bit shorter. So. Good, great. So as you can see now, he's playing them soft in and hitting them fast out long. Rather than just going long, he's kind of like fast twitches are really ready. Great backhand flick.
Oh, what a flick.
11-10.
Came across to the crossover, chose to play his backhand from the short ball into the middle, and he got a lot of power on that, given that it was pretty low.
Yeah, and actually what I've seen this is a lot of people now are using the backhand flicks as if they're playing tables. You know, in tables now a lot of people use their banana flick, they call it.
Yep.
They're now using their flicks a lot on the backhand and forehand side with the backhand.
Yep. Spanish coach tapping at his head, encouraging Benito to keep strong mentally and to keep calm about what he's doing.
You can see that Alex is
10-13.
creeping back. I feel a little bit, not sorry, but it's been a bit unfair. Should be a little bit closer.
10-13, Benito serving.
14-10.
So it's the cheapies that have gone wrong for Benito. Some fantastic, really impressive stuff, but also a few small ones. And Alex actually isn't the star of this show,
15-10.
except for that
Game match,
last
Mr.
point where he
Flemming.
shows him a little bit of who's boss, matches Benito's power and counter. 15-10 to Flemming. And that's the first game.
No,
Well, he'll be mighty relieved to get that one.
of course, and he's playing well. He's playing with style, and I think Alex is one of those guys that he really does enjoy the battle. Some people think, why is it happening to me?
Yep, Gavin Rumgay and Andrew Baggaley discussing what's coming up next. Well, what's coming up next is Gavin Rumgay. He's playing against the Russian that always gets to at least this stage. I think maybe he always gets the last 16. And so another tough game for Gavin, who survived by only 1 point in the groups to get through. Such is the quality of this tournament.
Yeah, I remember last year, Popov, he lost to Shmeryov 2-1, really close match as well.
Fantastic Russian
really
player.
close
Can't
match.
wait for that one.
And he is as entertaining as Gavin.
And so, a very, very experienced
Second game,
recovery
Mr.
and a squeeze
Javier
out of
Benito
that
to
game
serve.
by Alex Flemming.
Level.
So Benito serving first in the grey, black grey. He's got to start all over again now. He'll do more than he did last time, even though he played some fantastic shots in the last game and outclassed Alex sometimes.
Absolutely, and I think Benito will be thinking about that first set.
Yeah, it's hard to start again and hard to feel fresh when you have to do that restart after letting a lead go.
And playing so fantastic as well.
2-1.
I have to say, for all of Alex's power and athleticism, he played a very, very good middle game there, didn't he, Darius?
Absolutely, yeah.
1-3.
And I think
picking up all the medium type shots and rallies. Sorry, go ahead.
no, and I think that's why he's that good, because you know you have to play sometimes a lot of shots, a lot of great shots to beat him, and he can play those great shots back as well. Some people can, you know, return them and not really produce them, but Alex, he's there, and his mentality is great as well. What a backhand shot!
That backhand down the line, that was an absolute corker. Alex stunned there, blinking, almost like he's been punched on the nose. He's got to think again. Well played, Xavier. Oh, that's popped up. He's in recovery mode, that's stuck away from the table. Again, Alex will take that as the return of serve that was too high.
Two easy mistakes.
3-5.
You can see it, you know, 2 or 3 great shots, 2 or 3 easy mistakes.
Yeah.
Not really good for the confidence.
The pressure on you to get a 100% record on your big shots just becomes too great in the end. That was sensible.
4-5.
Good attack, not taking too much of a chance. There, down the line, Alex slightly went to his forehand first, then couldn't get back to his backhand.
6-4.
I think Benito's definitely a counter hitter. When he has to start himself, he's not so good, but when he's kind of returning Alex's shots, he's definitely a lot better.
6-5.
Indeed. So that one went right into the bottom of the net, kind of went underneath the net in the end. So that was a long way out for Alex. Tried to pick it up from low and didn't really get any height on it. Alex running around, getting the forehand in. And you can see that's under the net. So another point for Flemming. And Alex is deliberately, I think, playing some slightly slower balls just to keep Benitez reaching.
Definitely so. I think he found out that towards the end of the first set. And actually, I don't think Benito realizes what is happening.
6-7.
It's still quite close.
Double point ball from Mr. Benito.
So, double point ball for Benito. I think he's right. I don't think he can afford to leave it any longer. Could have taken it earlier, we can always say that.
Oh, and quite an easy error there.
8-6.
I love the double point. I think it's one of the best ideas ever.
Double
Great
point ball
innovation,
for
isn't it?
Mr. Flemming.
So, retaliation. Benito fails to convert. Flemming 8-6 up, and now this is punishment. So, from Benito taking it at 6-7 and maybe having a lead, after this pair of shots, he could be 10-6 down. But
8-7.
Alex does go for the more aggressive shot, just hit the top of the net and off. That could have been disastrous for Benito, couldn't it?
Of course, I think it would have been almost a nail in the coffin. But then Alex is probably thinking, I need to get back to work now, you know, grind this game out. Great change of serve there, little float serve. Benito pushing it out.
Whew. This is a roller coaster of a match. Nice backhand from Benito. Again, when he just takes a tiny bit of face off, it's pressure, but it's not too wild. That's the zone I think Benito's got to stay in. Great short return from Alex.
And great pivot there from Alex. You know, he's such an athlete.
Yeah, he was. He had to lean right over to get that forehand in from his backhand side. So great short return. And watch him lean over there to play a powerful shot with almost no leverage. Wonderful.
A few easy mistakes.
11-8.
But Benito's backhand is definitely weaker. You can see he's hitting a lot of balls just down and into the net.
Yeah. Got more on in the first, didn't he? Oh, that's a bit wild.
9-11.
Still believes that he can win. He's still celebrating as if like this is his final point. So, you know, it's good that his head's still in the game. He's not given up yet.
Yeah.
And now it's 11-all. The difficulty with Alex is that he likes to run around. So if every now and again Benito goes straight to his forehand, it almost catches him running a little bit, and Alex is just trying to fish his way back into the game.
Scrabbling a little bit. So Benito back at 11-all. That's a soft short. That's very soft.
And great disguise and a wide to the forehand. The great thing with Alex is that he can play a backhand, although he prefers to turn. His backhand is quite stable. It's quite it keeps him in the rally.
That was easier. And then and another one.
11-13.
Well, good pressure from Alex. Very, very professionally done. Lots of experience of getting to the latter stages of this whole tournament. He's just standing him in good stead here.
Absolutely, and that's something that you can't buy with him. He's been there so many times. You know, you can almost bet your bottom dollar that he will be in the semi-finals. You know, he's always just there marching along.
That's a great backhand. That's a fantastic backhand to take him to match point.
It is, and that shows just how confident he's feeling.
And this is why he's seeded 2. Like Baggaley, he's not necessarily hitting the biggest shots all the time, but what he is doing is just judging how much pace to put on it, limit the risk, move the other player around, encourage them to go for big shots they can't quite make. What are they saying?
Was close, yeah?
It's close. Thinking the ball might have hit the table.
No, I don't think so. Alex having a bit of a joke there.
Yeah.
Saying it was in the middle of the table, not the edge.
Not having any of that.
Those kind of tactics make you question yourself.
Someone outside the court was just questioning it, but Javier's perfectly happy. But match point down. That's a nice forehand.
Wow, beautiful.
Beautiful forehand from both players. Both having to lift it. Great table tennis. Just the experience of Alex pulled him through, but very, very talented, active, powerful Javier Benito. We're sorry to see him go out of the last 32. Fantastic professional performance from Alex, coping with a great opponent.
Welcome back to Alexandra Palace in North London and the knockout stage of the World Ping Pong Championship. We have one match outstanding as we go from 32 to 16. Matt Ware has just joined the list of players in the next round after his straight sets win over Richard Gonzalez. The English with plenty to celebrate as Ware completes the matches on table 2. He joins 2 other Englishmen already through on the main table, Andrew Baggaley and Chris Doran. But there's no escaping the presence of the Chinese, led by the defending champion, Yan Wei Hao. On that main table, we have a whole host of players through, Baggaley and Doran amongst them, but looking to join them, Scotland's Gavin Rumgay and Russia's Dmitry Popov. There's little to choose between these two. Rumgay won the opening set, Popov a close second. This is now the third. Commentary from Colin Wilson and Tony West.
Let's see if Gavin can get into him.
1-love.
Or if Popov is going to be steady and gradually more in control, especially as he's got used now to Gavin's serve a bit better.
Love 2.
Just a couple of unforced errors crept in at the beginning of the third game. Rumgay needs to pull this back quickly.
One, 2.
So, time for Rumgay to fight back. Not that he's losing by much, he's only a point behind, but it is different when you're playing uphill in terms of the point score rather than downhill. It's been downhill all the way for Gavin until the very end of that second game. Now he's having to push up. Not a comfortable situation for Gavin. He's got to adopt a different mental approach. You can't afford to get sucked into this. 4-1 down in the final game now. It's all changed around.
That's
yeah, Gavin's just missed too many forehands. He's got to cut out those errors.
That's
That was nearly a brilliant serve from Popov. Just disguising it and playing it into Rumgay's backhand while he was off balance. Short serve, flick return.
2-4.
Good enough from Gavin.
Yeah, kept that return very low. That's why Popov made the mistake.
Studious expression. Popov happy with the serve. It didn't come back too low. It was hittable. Gavin, I didn't feel get his weight into the ball. That's better. Great drop shot.
Double.
Yeah.
Gavin just making sure there. His hand goes there. I think that hit bounced twice, just in case they'll hit a winner anyway.
Yeah, well, you've got to play to the umpire, so keep playing until the umpire calls it, but the umpire did call that the drop shot did bounce twice before Dimitri got back to the table and hit it. And there you go, getting the weight into the ball now. Dimitri chopping, Filip Szymanski style. From the crossover, what a great drop shot. Gavin's so good around the net. There he goes again.
Oh, well played.
5-4.
Yeah. Fearless play, not always smashing the ball.
Yeah, such good variation here. Just kept taking the pace back off, bringing Popov back in, pushing him back again, come back in again.
And that
really good
was
variation.
a good drop shot of a very, very long chop ball.
Yeah.
Well done, Gavin. Well played.
4-6.
But still, he's got a couple of points to catch up. Can he get 2 on his serve? It's in the ascendancy in this rally, clearly. Another drop shot. Got to start again. Dimitri really happy to control him around the court. Popov just won't get involved in big forehand-to-forehand rallies like, you know, Flemming and Javier would have done.
That time he was so unlucky with the drop shot. Popov just made it back. Great rally.
Yeah, that last one again, not quite getting his weight into it. The ball just hitting the top of the net. As was carrying the ball onto the top of the net and not far enough over. Very, very subtle. Have to get yourself in position to play good shots with these bats. They're not slow bats, they're quick.
7-5.
Hardly any grip on them. Really, really hard to get a little bit of spin. And of course, that's the point of the whole exercise. So, a change of ends, change of bats. They leave the bat at the end of the table, pick up the other one. 7-5 to Dmitry Popov. So, this really is anybody's, Tony.
8-5.
Again, he's just a little bit hesitant on that forehand, hasn't he? He's missed 5 or 6 in this game. Just got to push forward a little bit more, transfer his weight forward more.
So many forehands onto the top of the net. Just needs to be a little bit more
6,
push
8.
off his back leg, I think, onto his front leg, and that will carry the ball further. He's clearly worried about hitting it off the end, but at the moment, the opposite is happening.
Yeah, it was much better in that point. He really pushed into that one.
Yeah, good weight transference. And of course, the more you transfer your weight, the more there is to recover for the next shot. So, difficult decisions. It's hard to get your body just right. You've got to think about what might happen next as well. And Dimitri defending again. That's good defense. Very good defense.
7-8.
Gavin, nice and consistent.
Yeah, look at these first forehands, how much power he generates there. That's better, Gavin. Really put himself into those. Excellent stuff.
So 7-8. And the Rumgay contingent. Many nationalities involved in the pink shirt brigade there. Getting right behind him now.
And the fighter that he is, he's pulled himself back. We've seen him do this so many times. Look as though it's slipping away, and he fights back.
Yeah. So strong mentally. He won't give you anything. Such a great competitor.
9-8.
And Popov happy with that one. Bit of power from the Russian. Nothing Gavin could do about that. He's just got to acknowledge it was a good shot. Now geeing himself up for the final lap of this third and final game. Happy.
9-all.
Back in the lead. He knew that was a big one. Quick towel down. So after every 6 points, nine all, that's 18 points, multiple of 6. So after every 6 points, they can go and towel down. And this might be the last regroup they have before there's a decisive action in this game. Dimitri,
9-10.
he's not doing a lot with the serve, but he's more comfortable with returning Gavin's serve now.
Yeah, Gavin missed that one, but at least he was positive with the forehand. I feel that's got to be the way till the end of this game.
Great rally, topspin away from the table from Popov. Didn't even really give him the opportunity to go back and chop. That serve, third ball, fifth ball, seventh ball attack, lovely. The third ball wasn't hard. The fifth ball was harder, seventh ball was much harder again. Just getting the ball up after every shot, lovely stuff. Great composure from Popov. A little bit lucky off the net cord again, Tony.
Yeah, maybe he's had a few.
Yeah, Gavin just gets another one.
But
yeah,
Popov dealt with that really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Was untroubled by that one. So return onto the top of the net. Popov dealt with it beautifully. Kept it down. Can Gavin survive this? He so much wants to get to the last 16. He doesn't want to go out on day one. Oh, what a great return from Popov. And again, Gavin Rumgay, instead of using his power and aggression, shows that he's got the touch of anybody as well. What a great drop shot. Well played, Gavin. Popov, nice footwork, but that was just too far to get in too short of time.
13-11.
Good serve, got the opportunity, but just overhit it.
Yeah. Well, he's dropped a few onto the top of the net and off. That one he gave it a little bit more. He's done a couple of good ones. That one went a little bit too far. Again, if you do one onto the net and then one just off the end, at least you know where your range is. You're not doing the same mistake again and again. Oh, but that is the same
14-11.
again. Oh, and Gavin's 4 match points down. He needs 3 points to get to match point for himself. So 2 forehands off the end have given the very, very calm and thoughtful Dmitry Popov from Moscow match point. Gavin's so brave.
12-14.
Popov almost tempted him to do that one, but he took it. He took it with courage.
Yeah, this match not over yet. Rumgay got great serves. He's got 2 of them to come. So let's see what happens.
And I know Gavin's attitude. I'm 3 points from victory. Even though he's match point down. Good power. Great drop shot. Good power again. Dmitry, get back into position. What a rally. Backspin, topspin, everything. And Dmitry Popov does it. He's put Gavin Rumgay out at the last 32. Slams his back. Popov of the Russian Federation through to the last 16. He wanted that one. To get Rumgay out in the last 32 is a great victory.
Confirmation of all the scores, starting with those played on the main table. Zhong, Shui and Wang are through. England's Chris Doran and former champion Andrew Baggaley join them. Poland are there with Szymanski, and last year's finalist Alexander Flemming joins Dmitry Popov in the last 16. Defending champion Yan Weihao is the standout result from Table 2. He joins Piste, Sadalek, Hu, Zakar and Shen. We've also just seen Matt Ware come through against Richard Gonzalez, and finally Huang Jungang, who beat Vladislav Kutsenko in straight sets. All go through to the last 16 of the World Ping Pong Championship.